Hi, my name is Crystalline Bell, and I want to talk to you today about self-efficacy. I'm a spiritual life coach, and I train women to become spiritual life coaches. Women who want to be healers, who basically want to work with people doing what I do, which is teaching classes, working privately one-on-one with people, doing public speaking, making videos, writing blogs, writing books, communicating and sharing with people about how to improve their lives. And in this video today, I want to talk to you about something that's really important. And it's something that actually changed my life. Once I became aware of this thing, it completely changed the course of my life, and it helped me to level up my life so that my spiritual and personal evolution, so that my personal power intensified. And it all started just with me. It has nothing to do with the outside world. It's all an internal process. The thing that I'm talking about is self-efficacy. So if you don't, I want to let you know that I wrote an article on my blog, and I'm looking at my iPad here to tell you that it is called 9 Steps to Transform Your Limiting Self-Perception, How I Can't is Hiding in Your Psyche and Sabotaging Your Life. So self-efficacy is not a phrase that's used like every day. It's not used nearly often enough. And the reason I say this is because it's freaking important. Self-efficacy is your belief in your ability to do things. Now, look, if you were to ask me, and if I were to ask you in normal conversation, like, do you believe you can do things? Your answer is probably going to be, yes, of course I believe I can do things. I'm a freaking American. I can do things, okay? I can do whatever I want, all right? I can do whatever I want, I can do whatever I set my mind to. What my mind can achieve, what my mind can conceive, I can achieve, right? Totally makes sense on a conscious level. On a subconscious level, very different story, a very different experience. This is what I'm talking about. So in this article and in this video, I want to talk to you about the tenets of self-efficacy. So again, self-efficacy is your belief in your ability to do things. Well, on a conscious level, we have it, we get it, we can do things. But on a subconscious level, hidden subconscious, okay? What is subconscious? Means that you don't know about it. It means you're not aware of it. It means that it's functioning below the level of your conscious awareness. It's functioning below the level of your senses, your awareness of your senses, okay? Your subconscious processes are virtually dictating what you experience in the world around you. So let's tuck into why we cannot trust our conscious belief in ourselves. Our conscious belief in ourselves basically says, hey, I'm gonna make some goals, and I'm gonna do my goals, right? And resolutions at the end of the year, we do these resolutions, and then we start them at the beginning of the year, and we're really good for the first couple of weeks, and then next thing you know, our resolutions have fallen by the wayside. Well, the reason we wrote down those resolutions in the first place is because we had some kind of conscious belief that we could do something. We wrote it down so that we could actually be accountable to it, like we could make it real in some way. So why is it that we don't follow through with our resolutions? Why is it that we set all sorts of goals for ourselves? I'm notorious. I've set all kinds of goals. I'll make a list of 10 goals that I want to achieve. Why is it that I only hit 3 of those goals or 5 of them, but I don't reach all 10? Why is it that I say I'm going to run a marathon in, under 4 hours, and I come in at 4 hours and 4.5 hours, or 4 hours and 5 minutes, right? Why is it that we set goals and, say we're going to do things and then we don't actually do them? It's because of what's happening in our subconscious mind. Mostly. There are some physical things, of course, that are happening, but primarily, and the thing that we can actually start to really control and use to create for ourselves, it's the subconscious mind stuff, okay? Your subconscious mind is really powerful. It's really important. And when it comes down to self-efficacy, which is belief in yourself, we have to not just look at the words we say and our outward attitudes. We have to go in and investigate the personal attitudes and the small beliefs that are limiting us and jeopardizing our success in the material world. And that's what my article is about. And so what I want to do is jump right into kind of what's going on in the subconscious mind in this video. So again, I've had notes so that I don't stray. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is my second time shooting this video today, and the first take was about an hour. So I said I'm gonna cut it down. So I'm gonna get right to the point. Okay. So just to give you a little bit of backstory about why this is coming up for me. I really enjoy my work as a spiritual life coach, and I've grown my business, and it's really successful right now. I'm a 6-figure coach, and I'm really working to make myself a 7-figure coach. And it has nothing to do with money. I know I'm using that as an example, but I'm using it as an example because money is a reflection of energy. This is so important. It's easy to talk about money because it's tangible and it's measurable. It's not so easy to talk about energy because it's intangible and immeasurable. So I like to use that as a reference because for me, my money directly reflects my inner processes and my attitudes. So one of the ways that spirit communicates with me is through the swell and the contraction of my bank account. Okay? So it's a really great way to get your attention. And, when I'm working with my clients and I'm working with my students in my classes, I love to talk to them about money because money is triggering for so many people. They have fear around it. They have desire for it. There's a lot to it. So it's wonderful to use as a teaching tool. But more than importantly, spirit can talk to us immediately about money. And money can be a wonderful spirit guide for us if we understand the language that it's speaking. So for me, when my income grows, it's a sign for me to look at and see where I am being expansive, where I'm being allowing, and where I'm being receptive. And when my money contracts, it gives me an opportunity to see where I'm not listening, where I am being egocentric, where I'm being materialistic. I know that's a total contradiction, right? You would think that okay, you're growing your money, that's more materialistic. No, money is energy. When I become, okay, might work differently for you, works differently for us, but when I become egocentric, my money contracts. When I release and open to spirit, my bank account expands. Okay, so when I a couple of years ago, I started working really intensely with my energy as money. And what I noticed was that when I set out consciously working with my energy, my money increased beautifully, no problem. But what happened was when I hit my first big financial month, this was a few years ago, it was my very first time I had made almost $20,000 in a month. And for me, that was mind-blowing, okay? I'm not in that place anymore. I'm kind of now, it is the expectation, it is the norm. But when it hit me, I did it the first time, my mind was blown. And so what did I do? I freaked out, I got scared, and I contracted. My energy contracted. I became paralyzed with fear. All of these subconscious processes, all these fears, limiting beliefs, doubts about who I am, if I deserve, if things were going to last, how was I going to do it again? Who was going to take from me? How was I going to not let the government, take from me? Because that's what I thought. I thought the government came and took away your money. That's what I thought, okay? It doesn't work like that, y'all. Just telling you. You already know that. I didn't. But it scared the heck out of me. So what happened was I brought in $20,000 in a month, and then for the next 4 months, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't generate clients. I couldn't figure out how to generate clients. I couldn't do anything to continue and to grow the business that I had created. So the experience I had was an experience of success and then failing, right? So what that did to my mind was it told me I am not safe to make money. I don't know how to manage money. I don't know how to, I'm limited when it comes to money. I'm cut off from how to, that was it. I had made a lot of money, and so I had proven, obviously, that I could generate, large amounts of money in 1 month. But then, because I didn't do anything following that month, my mind latched onto that and said, hey, you don't know how to make money. You're failing, okay? So all that success, immediately my mind turned to failing. So from that point, you would think, okay, well, get yourself together, girl, and then go do that again. Go repeat your business. What happened was, because of the trauma that was not healed, I became a bit of a lunatic, and I could not generate income, not just for the following 4 months, but it became a real struggle for me to get back on track, to find my source of my business, to find my good business sense, and to generate any income at all. It was virtually impossible. So what does this have to do with self-efficacy? Well, the thing that started becoming very clear to me was when I listened to myself during the time when I was in pain, I had a powerful phrase that kept coming up in my mind. And the phrase was, I can't. I can't. I cannot. All right? And every time I went to think about generating new business, a feeling came up, and the words attached to that feeling was, I can't. Every time I wanted to make a new blog, I went to write, and I love writing. Writing is my thing. But every time I went to write, a feeling came up and it said, I can't. Every time I went to make a video, I can't. Every time I wanted to reach out and send an email to my clients, I can't. Even to the point where, like, I wanted to generate a new class, I could not. There was a feeling of aversion, which is turning away, and a feeling of, I just can't. All right? That is the lack of self-efficacy. At self-efficacy is the power of I can. So what I want to do right now is tell you about these 8 tenets of self-efficacy. So self-efficacy is, yes, your belief in your ability to do something, but like I said, we have to look at those subconscious processes that are going on. So the first thing you need to look at is how you perceive yourself in the material world, in the 3-dimensional world. So your attitude about your being here is going to determine your feeling of self-efficacy. It's going to affect your feeling of being able to accomplish what it is you desire to accomplish. So if you are very, very spiritual and you don't feel at home in the material world, like I know so many of you do, this is going to be a challenge for you. If you feel like the material world is too hard, if you feel like you weren't born, or you weren't given, you weren't born in the right situation, you weren't given the right tools to help you thrive, then you're going to have trouble having a really deep, true connection with self-efficacy. Because how can you thrive in the world if you have feelings that you don't belong here, or that you weren't given your fair share so that you can thrive here? All right? So you need to look at that. And by the way, when we're done with this, after I talk to you about the tenets, I've got a little exercise for you to do that's going to help you learn how to develop your relationship with self-efficacy. Okay? Now, the next thing you need to look at is your relationship with your personal capability, your reliability, your determination, commitment, and follow through. What is your relationship with all of those things? Are you reliable? Are you capable? Do you feel like you have a sense of determination? Meaning, nothing will stop you. You cannot be or not have self-efficacy if you don't have determination. If you are willing to let things go, if you're willing to give up, then you can't have self-efficacy, because things are going to get tough. And if you're willing to drop the ball, that's not self-efficacy. That's allowing things to drop, okay? And that, on a subconscious level, on a conscious level, that is going to tear down your ability to level up, all right? So you need to really explore what your relationship with determination is. And of course, commitment. Commitment means that you are committed. You will stick with something even when the going gets tough, even when it looks like you're failing. What is your relationship with commitment? It's an issue. It's an issue for a lot of us, okay? And let's see. Follow through. Ooh, how many people come into my programs and they say, oh yeah, I'm really good. I have so many ideas. I'm an idea machine. And I look at them and I say, great. Let's have you write down your ideas and then make a plan to put them in action, and then follow those great ideas through to completion. And then they say, I have great ideas, but I can't make a plan. I can't follow through. I don't complete very much. Okay? This is the reality. So, hey guys, it's really great that you have ideas, and it's really great that you're creative, but the ability to discern what ideas are actually good, meaning like you can think through your ideas completely, think them through to completion, and then for the ones that are awesome, follow all the details. Okay, we're talking self-efficacy here. All right, now we're getting into this. So you got to look at that. There are also issues regarding trust in your talents and skills. So when you're looking at self-efficacy, you got to look at whether or not you can actually trust yourself to actually, trust the skills and the talents that you have created for yourself. For me as a spiritual life coach, I have to trust that, I know how to be a good coach to people. I have to trust that I know how to listen. I have to trust that when somebody throws me a curveball, I can deal with that curveball, right? I have to be able to trust that in situations where I'm not in control, that I have tools to deal with that. Okay, and that takes me into the next level of the next tenet of self-efficacy, which is that your particular challenges, your ability to access both the internal resources and external resources that you need, so that you can supplement you, so that you can get the help that you need when you need it. So part of feeling like you have self-efficacy and that you can really trust yourself is knowing that when you're confronted with a problem that you don't know how to handle, you actually know that there's somebody out there who can help you. Like starting a business. People are so afraid to start a business. They're like, I don't know how to run a business. And I'm going, yeah, learn, ask somebody, go to the Small Business Development Center, go online, take a course. That's what I do. By the way, that's my profession. I'm a spiritual life coach, but I also help women build their businesses. Ask somebody, read a book, right? Self-efficacy means that what you don't know how to do, you understand that you can learn how to do it, or somebody can help you do it, or, and I love this, you can pay somebody, exchange energy, pay somebody to help you, or pay somebody to do it for you, okay? Not everything, okay, look, I'm not saying you need to turn over all your ideas to other people, but I am saying that, when something's big, get some help. Hire a personal assistant, hire a virtual assistant, get a nanny, hire a driver, hire a chef. I'm just saying, outsource, okay? But knowing that you can do that and knowing that you know how to find what you need, that's a part of being, having self-efficacy, all right? Awareness of your support system and your ability to allow yourself to be supported, okay? So many people have support around them and they're like, I don't ever have any help. They don't ask for help, okay? And they don't set boundaries within themselves. This is all a part of self-efficacy. You have to know how to allow people to help you. You have to know how to recognize when there is support around you, and you have to know how to ask for it when it's not being offered, and you also have to know how to receive it. So when someone is helping you, you have to know how to get in the boat. There's a joke that I want to tell, but I'm really bad at telling jokes, but it has to do with somebody praying to somebody's like on a desert island, and they're like, Jesus, come rescue me. Jesus, come rescue me. And a boat goes by, and the person's kind of like hanging out like, yeah, no, I don't see Jesus on that boat. And so they don't get on the boat. And Jesus is kind of like, dude, I sent you a boat. Why didn't you get on the boat? And it's like, because it wasn't Jesus. Okay, so look. I told you I wasn't great at telling jokes. That wasn't even really like that's nothing like how the joke goes. But the point is, why would you not take help when it's offered? And why would you let yourself do things the hard way? Part of that is about self-efficacy, recognizing support and taking help when it's being offered. And the ability to let go of pride, fear, whatever it is that makes you not want to, or detaching from your vision of what the way you think things ought to be, instead of being so narrow, like, oh, Jesus must be on the boat, and I must recognize him. He must be in a form that I must recognize, okay? Versus, a boat. Thanks, Jesus. All right. Next one. Your ability to step away from your individual perspective to gain a broad. Okay, so to gain a broader view of yourself in the situation. So part of self-efficacy requires that you actually step out of yourself and look at yourself and your picture, the circumstances from the big picture. When you do this, it allows you to see where things are, gosh, what I want to say here. I like taking a step back so that I can actually see where pieces are missing and where things are connected. That's my personal kind of use of the big picture. Also, the big picture allows me to feel safe. I can see myself in the grand scheme of things, and then it allows me to kind of understand that, okay, I'm going here. I'm just on this path over here. And the beautiful thing about being on this path over here is that I'm learning A, B, and C, as opposed to the direct route, which might get me there faster, but I'm missing out on some things. So by stepping back and taking a look at the big picture, I'm giving myself an opportunity to actually get more nurturing and to kind of take better care of myself. And to, sometimes when I focus on the details, I get really, really locked in and I really lose perspective, you know? It's like coming up for air, taking a breather, and allowing the universe to heal me and to open up to the love of the universe, as opposed to being narrow, focusing on this and saying, this is what I need and this is all that I will accept, right? The universe says, yeah, but if you open, you can get all of this. And that's a really beautiful, supportive thing. And to allow that is also very receptive. It's very feminine. And it's a good way to contrast between the masculine kind of I must do, I must create, I must make happen, and I'm going to allow, I'm going to expand, I'm going to be, I'm going to experience, and I'm going to receive. Very feminine. So that is the almost last one. Hold on. Oh, there are two more. So your ability to trust in the big picture is one thing. But what must happen is you can't just hang out in the big picture. You actually have to be able to come back into the tiny details so that you can handle those small things that make your project, make your endeavor more rich, more voluptuous, more full of life, more complete. So having self-efficacy means that you can dance between these two. You can take in the big picture and you can deal with the small stuff. What I have found with many people is that it's very difficult for them to do both. They're either big picture people or they're little detail people, and they're resistant to what they are not. And I'm saying that your capacity for self-efficacy will expand tremendously when you do both, okay? And then the last thing that I want to say is that in order to really, really feel like you have self-efficacy and to have real belief in yourself, the thing you need to do is explore your relationship with worthiness. Alright? this is a big thing, okay? This is super important because so many people don't feel worthy on a conscious level. I mean, on a subconscious level. On a conscious level, they're like, oh yeah, I'm worthy. Oh yeah, I'm worthy. Okay, well, why is it that you don't take better care of yourself? Or why aren't you going for these bigger goals? Why are you still, doing the small things when you have a feeling like you want to do something big? But why is it that you have all these kind of self-limiting behaviors and you've made these limited choices, right? And a lot of it has to do with underlying feelings of unworthiness. Now, some people have feelings of unworthiness because they feel like, well, I haven't worked hard enough, therefore I'm not worthy, or I haven't studied X, Y, and Z, therefore I'm not worthy. And I'm not invalidating those feelings or those ideas. Those ideas are perfectly fine. If that's how you think, that's how you think. But I'm wondering, either, number one, why Spirit would tell you that you have something, like Spirit puts this feeling in your heart, this idea in your mind. Why would Spirit give you that if you weren't qualified, or if you weren't capable of getting yourself qualified, right? So my point is, worthiness and unworthiness are what you need to explore if you really want to empower your relationship with self-efficacy and really go for the big goals and desires that you have, and to level up your life. All right? So look, I'm going to stop right there because I'm at 30 minutes. But what I'm going to do, and actually what I have done for you already, is in my blog article, I have a little exercise that will help you get in touch with self-efficacy. So just click on the link in the description for this video, go get the blog, download the exercise, and see if you can do something to improve your relationship with self-efficacy. All right? So, I'm going to tell you, I've got a class that I'm offering. It's called Heal the Healer, and it's a class where I teach you how to do shadow work. And for some reason, I can never remember the name of this class because it's really long. So the name of the class is Healing the Healer, 3 Powerful Tools for Healing, Transformation, and Self-Realization. It's a free class that I'm offering, so please go and check it out. The link for that is also going to be in the description for this video. And I think that's it for now. All right? Crystal and Bell signing off, wishing you a very self-efficacious, I don't know if that's the way you say it. I'm wishing you a self-efficacious day. Yo. Bye for now.